6 is about a brutal but very AWS-ish idea. Don't trust data. Ever. Validate it before it touches a prompt. This is quality before intelligence. I'll explain it simply. Give you real pipeline logic, then lock it in with a memory story, and finish with a clean validation checklist you can memorize. Data validation pipelines. Quality before prompts. Big idea. One sentence. Before an LLM thinks, data must be checked, cleaned, classified, and proven safe, or you're just generating confident nonsense. AWS loves this because it's enterprise safe, auditable, cost-aware, regulator-friendly. What a data validation pipeline actually is. It's a gate in front of your prompts. Nothing enters the prompt unless it passes checks. If validation fails, reject, sanitize, reroute, or downgrade capability. The AWS tools, who does what? This topic is about division of labor. Glue data quality. Use it for dataset level rules, schema consistency, missing values, numeric ranges, data freshness. Think batch or structured data quality. Data Wrangler. Use it for transforming data, normalizing formats, cleaning columns, preparing training or inference inputs. Think shaping data, not judging it. Custom Lambda validation. Use it for real-time checks, business rules, request level validation, lightweight logic. Think fast gatekeeper. CloudWatch metrics. Use it for tracking validation failures, spotting trends, alerting on data drift. Think visibility and alarms too. Data validation edition. This is very exam relevant. Static rules that don't change often. Schema, max length, allowed languages, PII policy. +1 incoming data, user input, document record. +2 validation outcome, pass, sanitize, reject, downgrade. Rules stay fixed, data changes, outcome adapts. That's static too. Real validation pipeline, simple but real. Scenario. You ingest text from users and documents before sending to a prompt. Step 1, glue data quality, batch structured, checks. Required fields exist, no nulls where forbidden. Text length max, encoding valid. Fail, dataset flagged, prompt never sees it. Step 2, Data Wrangler, cleaning. Actions, normalize text, trim white space, standardize dates, convert encoding to UTF-8. This step does not decide safety, it just cleans. Step 3, Lambda validation, real time. Checks, PII presence, language allowed, request size, schema match. Based on result, pass, send to prompt, sanitize, redact PII, reject, safe error message. Step 4, emit CloudWatch metrics. Examples, validation failed.pii, validation failed schema, validation failed length. Now you can. Alarm on spikes, detect abuse, prove governance. Why AWS exams love this topic? Because it proves you understand. Garbage in equals garbage out. Safety doesn't belong inside prompts only. Validation should be observable. LLMs are not validators. If an exam question says, prevent unsafe input, ensure data quality, reduce hallucinations, comply with regulation, this pipeline is the mental answer. One memory story, lock it in. Airport security. Imagine an airport. Glue data quality. Checks passports in bulk. Invalid ones never enter the terminal. Data Wrangler. Fixes luggage tags and formatting. Doesn't decide who flies. Lambda validation. Security officer at the gate. Fast decisions per passenger. CloudWatch metrics. Security dashboard. Too many failures today? No one gets on the plane just because they look confident. That's data validation before prompts. The checklist. This is exam gold. You asked for a checklist. Here it is, clean and memorizable. Data validation checklist before prompts. PII. Detect personal data, redact or reject, route sensitive data differently. Schema. Required fields present, correct data types, valid JSON structure. Length. Max input size, token limits, prevent prompt injection via long inputs. Encoding. UTF-8 only, no binary, corrupted text, normalize new lines. Language. Allowed languages only, detect and route unsupported ones. Freshness. Not stale or outdated, batch data. Source trust, known source, authenticated, rate limited. Exam compression rules, memorize. Validation before prompts, LLM as validator. Batch rules, glue data quality. Cleaning, Data Wrangler. Real-time rules, Lambda. Visibility, CloudWatch metrics. If validation is missing, design is incomplete. What AWS is really testing. They're asking, do you trust the model or the system? AWS wants you to trust systems, not models. Perfect. This topic only really sticks when you see what actually happens to real data before it ever reaches a prompt. Below are real, production-style data validation pipelines, exactly how AWS expects you to think for AIPC01. Each example answers what data comes in, what can go wrong, how AWS fixes it, why it's correct. Real example 1. User text input before a chatbot prompt. Most common. Scenario. Users type free text questions into a web app. That text will be sent to an LLM. What can go wrong? Extremely long input token bomb. PII, phone numbers, Medicare numbers, unsupported language, corrupted encoding. Correct AWS validation pipeline. You can see the code in our conversation history. Step 1. Lambda, real-time validation. Checks, length max characters, UTF-8 encoding, language is allowed, e.g. English only. PII detection, regex or service call. Outcomes, pass, send to prompt, sanitize, redact PII, then prompt, reject, safe error message. Step 2. CloudWatch metrics, emit, validation failed.length, validation failed PII, validation failed.language. AWS this. Fast, cheap, observable, works in real time. Exam signal, real-time validation before inference, Lambda plus CloudWatch. Real example 2. Document ingestion for RAG, enterprise favorite. Scenario PDFs are uploaded to S3 and ingested into a knowledge base. What can go wrong? Missing required fields, corrupt files, outdated documents, unexpected schema. Correct AWS validation pipeline. You can see the code in our conversation history. Step 1. Glue data quality, batch validation. Rules. File exists and readable. Required metadata present. Text length within limits. Freshness 90 days. Fail. Document excluded from RAG. Step 2. Data Wrangler, cleaning. Actions. Normalize text. Remove headers, footers. Convert encoding. Standardize dates. Important. Wrangler cleans. It does not decide safety. Step 3. CloudWatch metrics. Track. Documents rejected.schema. Documents rejected.stale. Exam signal. Batch data quality before RAG. Glue data quality. Real example 3. Medical text ingestion, regulated industry. Scenario. Clinical notes are ingested and summarized by an LLM. What can go wrong? PHI leakage, mixed languages, unstructured notes, regulatory violations. Correct AWS validation pipeline. You can see the code in our conversation history. Step 1. Lambda policy gate. Checks. Detect PII, PHI, enforce language, enforce max length, route sensitive content. Outcomes. PHI detected, redact or route to regulated flow, no PHI, normal flow. Step 2. Data Wrangler actions, normalize formatting, standardize abbreviations, convert to consistent structure. Step 3. CloudWatch metrics emit, PHI.detected, PHI redacted, exam signal, healthcare compliance PHI, validation before prompts. Real example 4. API ingestion, JSON schema enforcement. Scenario. An external system sends JSON payloads to your AI API. What can go wrong? Missing fields, wrong data types, invalid JSON, oversized payloads. Correct AWS validation pipeline. You can see the code in our conversation history. Lambda checks, valid JSON, required fields present, data types correct, payload size limit, fail, return structured error, do not call the model. Why AWS prefers this? LLMs are not schema validators, saves cost, prevents garbage in. Exam signal, schema enforcement, Lambda validation. Real example 5, training fine-tuning dataset preparation, scenario. You prepare data for fine-tuning or embedding generation. What can go wrong? Null values, duplicates, corrupt records, bias introduced via bad data. Correct AWS validation pipeline. You can see the code in our conversation history. Glue data quality rules, no nulls in key columns, value ranges valid, no duplicates, schema consistency. Data Wrangler, remove noise, balance classes, normalize text. Exam signal, dataset preparation quality rules, glue data quality. One memory story, locks all examples. Airport security, again but deeper. Glue data quality, bulk passport checks before the terminal. Data Wrangler, fixes luggage tags and formatting. Lambda validation, final gate security officer. CloudWatch metrics, security dashboard showing problem trends. No one boards the plane because they look fine. That's quality before prompts. Final validation checklist, memorize this as a block. PIPI, detect, redact, route. Schema, required fields, correct types. Length, size and token limits. Encoding, UTF-8 only. Language, allowed languages only. Freshness, not stale. Source trust, authenticated, rate limited. Metrics, emit to CloudWatch. If an answer skips validation, it's incomplete. Chef final exam rule. LLMs generate answers. Systems enforce rules. AWS will always reward validation before intelligence.